Welcome to the Drive-In Movie Podcast, you guys. This is our first emergency drive-in movie podcast. I'm your host, Big Screen Berkan, and this is such an impulsive, spontaneous, genuine emergency that I am doing this alone today. I do not have my co-host, Michael, today. Michael, where are you when I need you? Y'all, today was one of the craziest days in Hollywood PR cinematic history. Marvel just did, again, the craziest thing I've ever seen Marvel do. They just launched a live stream that lasted 5 hours. They held us hostage for 5 hours. And in that 5 hours, every 15 minutes, one by one, they gave us a new cast member for the brand new Avengers Doomsday movie releasing May 2026, which is now finally in production. This was true insanity. And honestly, I have to applaud Marvel Studios because they basically gave the biggest middle finger to scoopers, leakers, those who are just waiting with a giant scope miles away from set taking pictures to leak it to the internet. They got ahead of that and they're like, listen, we're going to do this our way. We're going to tell you who you can expect to see in this movie and some major reveals. It started off calm, honestly. It was kind of infuriating how calm it started off because, again, they announce a new person every 15 minutes and we start off with like Chris Hemsworth, Vanessa Kirby, Anthony Mackie, Sebastian Stan, all people that we knew that we were going to get, you know, Anthony Mackie's Captain America and other recent Avengers. We knew that we were going to get the Thunderbolts and we knew we were going to get the Fantastic Four in this movie. But they start off with adding some cool, you know, nuggets like Shang-Chi. Shang-Chi is finally returning to a Marvel movie. Namor from Wakanda Forever. That was crazy. All things to be excited about. But then this is when things truly took a whole different level, took a whole different turn, just whatever the phrase in proper English is. This is when things started truly getting bananas. They announced Kelsey Grammer, who plays Beast in the OG Fox Marvel movies. Then they announced Patrick Stewart. I mean, you start off with Beast, you start with Professor X, then they give us Magneto, then they give us Nightcrawler, then they give us the OG Mystique, then they give us Cyclops. Insanity. They're basically setting up what I think could potentially be the plot of Avengers Doomsday, with Robert Downey Jr.'s Dr. Doom pinning the MCU heroes versus the Fox Universe X-Men characters against each other in a fight for the fate of their universe, which is a theme we've seen in other Marvel movies like Multiverse of Madness. We saw it in Deadpool Wolverine. Universes are genuinely in jeopardy, and Dr. Doom is going to play with these two universes as his puppets and make them fight, I think. I think that's the plot. I would love if that was the plot. That was a theory concept that Marvel fans like myself have been dreaming about for a long time. So it'd be absolutely incredible if that was the case. Now, they announced about 27 characters. Again, a bunch of Marvel characters like Paul Rudd, Anthony Mackie, Sebastian Stan, the Fantastic Four, a couple X-Men characters. What they didn't announce was Tom Holland's Spider-Man. They also didn't announce Doctor Strange, Hulk, a bunch of any of the Guardians of the Galaxy. Is a bunch of key characters that we love and we're hoping to see in this movie were left off. There are a couple reasons why. I think one, they're probably going to do another reveal like this later, or the characters they didn't announce aren't going to have as big as a presence in Avengers Doomsday. Oh my gosh, I just forgot about the craziest announcement. Channing Tatum's Gambit. He made a name for himself. He's going to be in Avengers Doomsday. Back to my previous thought. Tom Holland, let's use Tom Holland as an example. Tom Holland is currently filming The Odyssey. Tom Holland is currently filming, or about to begin filming, Spider-Man 4. That's a lot of movies, a lot of filming, not a lot of time for Avengers Doomsday. I'm sure he'll pop in. I'm sure there's no way they're going to do Doomsday without Tom Holland, who reportedly was going to be a major factor in Avengers Doomsday. I guarantee you we will see him eventually in this movie, eventually filming, eventually announced. But again, it's probably going to be a smaller role. I imagine they're going to save his storyline for the results of Spider-Man 4, which is probably going to have multiverse events. And I'm sure we're going to see Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man in Avengers Secret Wars. Another thing they left off, they gave us a bunch of the X-Men characters, but they did not give us Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman. I would be very surprised if Marvel is stupid enough not to include them, especially with Deadpool Wolverine teeing up Thor's crying, and, you know, Thor was the first character announced for Avengers Doomsday. So I'm sure we'll see them in some capacity for this movie, probably bigger roles in Secret Wars. Man, this truly was one of the craziest days in Marvel fandom history. Just absolute insanity. I'm so sad I cannot be here with Michael to talk about this with you guys. I really wish I could. One of the other craziest things I'm really excited for that kind of got swept under the rug, because right after he was announced, all the X-Men essentially were announced. But Tom Hiddleston, Loki, is returning for Avengers Doomsday, so we will see hopefully a reunion between Thor and Loki. They could do an Avengers Infinity War where, Iron Man and Captain America are both in the movie pretty heavily, but they do not interact with each other at all until the next Avengers movie. That could happen with Thor and Loki. I hope to God that's not the case. I want that reunion so bad. Oh my gosh. Well, this was a emergency podcast, so I just want to hop on here and quickly tell you guys everything that's going on. This episode was not planned at all. The traditional episode 3 was supposed to be a Minecraft movie, and that episode is supposed to release next Sunday, April 6th. Unfortunately, I had to do this one. Not unfortunately. I'm excited to be able to talk with you guys, and I want to keep talking with you guys. And Michael wants to talk with you guys on social, so be sure to go find us on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, at the Drive-In Movie Pod. And if you're listening to us on podcast streaming networks, if you're not watching this on YouTube and you're listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, thank you so much. We have a really special offer for you guys. If you leave us a 5-star review, in the comment of your review, let us know a movie opinion you have, a movie hot take, and we will react to that hot take right here on the Drive-In Movie Podcast. It's a special way of kind of interacting with you guys and making you guys involved in the process, because we want you guys to be involved. We did launch a Patreon page. There's some technical difficulties difficulties with the Patreon page at the moment, because Patreon is being a turd to us for whatever reason. So it's currently down, but we will get it back up, and there's going to be a lot of really cool perks there as well. I'll wait until the next episode to talk about it. We previously talked about it in Now Playing Death of a Unicorn, but again, the page has been taken down momentarily, temporarily. Once that comes back up, we'll dive back into that. But thank you guys so much. I really appreciate y'all's support as we launch this brand new podcast. Let me know if you guys like these emergency pods as well. Let us know on social. Again, at the Drive-In Movie Pod, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Thank you guys so much for driving with me, Marvel fans. I'll see you guys for a Minecraft movie, unless there's other major breaking news happening from now until then.